Right, so lots of people are upset about the word Aspie, and they have different reasons for it, and I don't understand any of them. Well, I do, but they don't. They're not good enough. Yeah, we'll get there. The first one that I get is just that well, kids will like twist the word and turn it into a bad word and then use it to bully kids with autism and Asperger's syndrome. And that's true. Granted, and bullying is really, really bad, and we should treat it like a real problem, and lots of people don't, and lots of schools don't, and that's definitely a problem. It's bad. I agree. Bullying, horrible. However, if we were to stop using every word that kids twist and use as something that they can bully other kids with, we would have a seriously depleted vocabulary by now. So that doesn't really work for me. And it wouldn't make sense either to like come up with a new word, because kids would just do the same thing with that word that they do with the word Aspie. Another thing that I hear is like, well, it's not who you are. So person with Asperger's syndrome is more accurate because you're a person and you have Asperger's syndrome. And I agree to some extent. However, the word Aspie means the exact same thing. It just means person with Asperger's syndrome. And sure, you can view it as like making the person and the syndrome into one, but that would be okay for me as well, because this is something that really affects the person that you are. It's not like you're a person with the flu, or even with something really serious like cancer. Okay, cancer would probably affect you over time to, like, it would change your perspectives on some things, but autism affects how we see the world, how we see people, how we interact. It is very much a part of who we are. And while I certainly agree that you are not the syndrome, I do still think that the syndrome is a part of you. Asperger's syndrome is very much a part of who I am. It is not all of who I am, though. But I don't think that the word Aspie really means that I am Asperger's syndrome. It's just a short person with Asperger's syndrome. And I wouldn't even be offended if it did mean Asperger person, because, like I say, it's such a fundamental part of who I am and how I see the world, and what people I like and what people I don't like, and everything. Yeah, it's not the flu. So yeah, that's another, and I know that there are probably lots and lots of arguments going, and it's a really long conversation. I get that. This is a YouTube video. Short. As short as I can do this. Right, so kids, bullying, person with Asperger's syndrome. The last one is kind of strange. It's these people that just go, that word offends me. And that's kind of like when someone is like offended by other really neutral words. I do see it as a neutral word. It doesn't have any loaded meaning for me. Like if I say I don't even know. I can't even come up with. I see it as completely neutral. And if you bring baggage into it, that's fine. But don't expect me to share that baggage with you. The fact that a word offends a person or a group of people, I accept that. I accept that the word offends you. But I don't accept that because it offends you, I should change the way I speak. I swear a lot off camera. Sometimes it gets on camera as well, and I try not to do that because I want to keep these videos child-friendly as well. I don't want to have to put a warning on them. But off camera, I will swear a lot, and if people are offended by that, sure, I'll try to back off a bit with it when I'm around them, just for the time being, whatever. But I'm not going to permanently change the way I speak because someone puts something into the words I use that I don't bring into them. You can say words like fuck or shit and just mean it as an exclamation point. It doesn't actually have to mean the thing that the word means. It doesn't make sense, but to lots of people it is just an exclamation. And it's fine that other people put different baggage into the words than I do. It's fine. But let's try to maybe think of the context that the words are used in. Because actually look up Tim Minchin on that, because he has a really good example with the word finger, which is not a bad word in itself, but can be really offensive if you use it offensively. So yeah, do that if you want to go further into that example. But yeah, what I end up with on that point is just, it's the same thing that I say with talking with people of different religions. I can have endless conversations about religion, and I'm very curious about how people think and what they believe, and I love talking about this. I don't love when people try to convert each other. I think people should be allowed to just have their beliefs, and like, as long as they're not hurting people with it, you know. Obviously sometimes religion can make people do bad things, and sometimes it can make them do good things, and that's not even what this video is about, and I don't want it to be. Not a religious debate, it's just an example that, you know, I can have one religion and someone can have another, and we can still have a conversation, and even though we disagree, and even though we maybe put different values on words like God or holy, then we can still have a conversation and not be offended about the use of those words in any context, because we're just having a conversation. So when I use the word Aspie, I'm not bringing baggage into it. I say person with Asperger's syndrome in a very, very short way. And I think that should be okay. And I'm sorry that it offends you. And I don't want it to. But I can't live my life trying to conform to every single way that everybody else wants me to speak or act or be. Only thing that I can do is say that I'm not trying to offend people. I'm just trying to have a conversation. So yeah, have a conversation. If you do have this really awesome argument that I've never heard about why the use of the word Aspie is wrong, put it in the comments section, and you can all have a hopefully very civil debate about it. If you do stop being civil about it, I'll probably have to get involved, and I don't like doing that. I don't like blocking people or marking comments as spam. I especially don't like removing comments. But yeah, if it's necessary, that's what I do. And yeah. So try to be civil in this conversation, and until next time, be nice to each other and have lots of nice days.